you're laying out, because that it's, I don't know. You're having a hard time imagining that. I don't know that society has ever been this fractured, right? To the point it is now. So, although history rhymes, as we like to say, what are the circumstances that we're in that make this moment unique and potentially going to play out in a unique way? Or what is going to be unique about it versus what's going to resonate with previous cycles, right? And that's very hard to predict. But there's one thought that came to me. So you've got this like rising wave of, Bridget Fetisi talked about this, that right now the right has cachet and the right has like a cool factor that she's never felt that way before. I don't know whether that's true or not, but that's what she's saying, right? And a lot of the energy of young people, or particularly young men, towards what they identify as conservative values, there's just been this vibe in the air of a yearning for tradition in some way, right? And I think a lot of these young people, I think even you and I, we haven't been around for hundreds of years, so we lack the context to look at this from the long view, right? We can only see this from our own lifetime. But there's a lot of this energy towards something needs to be restored, some sort of vague family values. They're not calling it family values. They're calling it trad wife, right? So you've got podcasts like Fresh and Fit and whatever, right? That they just basically get these women on who are strippers and OnlyFans models and porn actresses, and they basically berate them as if they're hoes, right? But that sentiment, to me, exists on the same continuum as someone like Louise Perry, who's really, really thoughtful and really, really profound and considered.
Not familiar.
Okay. I forgot the name of her podcast, and I don't want to not do her justice. She's not like Fresh and Fit. She talks about the sexual revolution and how women have come out in that bargain, and she is reasserting through her conversations how things like religious values and being a homemaker, or sort of a reestablishing our appreciation for feminine roles, those have positive effects on a culture. And she's really, really, really nuanced about it, and comes across as very, she makes intelligent arguments.
Louise Perry.
Yes.
Okay.
And I hope I've done her work justice. But to me, both of those examples, and you got Jordan Peterson in there too, the sort of clown prince of this whole thing.
Hey. We can have a Peterson argument if you want, but I don't call him a clown prince.
Depends where he is. If he's in a lecture at a university, he's a genius. If he's, whoring himself around on every podcast under the sun, then he whatever. But there's clearly, you've got the real lowbrow Fresh and Fit, and then you've got Louise Perry. They, to me, are on the same continuum. There's this move towards this desire to restore something, that we've shattered something, and people are trying to put that back together, namely the family and a social structure, gender roles, even like an organization around defining men and women clearly, the roles, right? I think that is definitely, I don't think that train is reversing itself back into the station at this point. To me, that's a sign that people are craving a way to redefine how we exist with one another. And we could be at the 80-year mark. I mean, it certainly seems that way, right? Like, I think all of that energy in that direction is going to materialize into something. it's not for nothing. You and I went to go see a comedian, Akaash Singh, and his entire act is pointing to people in the crowd, asking them why they're not married, basically, and what they do for work. And this is a counterculture figure in 2024, right? That's his whole act. I'm talking about his relationship with his wife. This is also somebody who I believe saved himself for marriage, and I know agreed to like an arranged marriage of sorts.
Shout out to Akaash Singh. We had a great time.
We did. And thank
Savvy
you.
got older. So
I did. I did.
I gotta step away for a moment. I'll be right back.
I was gonna do the same thing, but
Okay.
I'll wait for you to come
So
back.